Hey guys, what's up? Hey, this is George, inflation.us. We're over here in Dana Point, just taking some time to relax with the kids and kind of de-stressing from all the stuff that's been happening in the economy, and just taking the day. We've been here for like 4 or 5 hours just hanging out at the beach and doing absolutely nothing. One of the things that we're coming out with the website at inflation.us is a big, huge thing. It's going to be called NIA Answers, and it's where you can submit your questions about the economy. The guys over at inflation.us will review it and post an answer to your question, and then we'll have it in an archive situation. One of the big questions people have is inflation or deflation, deflation or inflation. And I think the proper answer to that is, if you guys study what happened in Russia in the 1980s and the Argentina collapse, you'll see that there is inflation and there can be deflation happening at the same time. One of the questions that was thrown to us is, we've seen 14 trillion in stocks and real estate lost, but we've only seen 2 to 3 trillion in new money printing. One of the things that they mentioned in inflation.us is no one is thinking about the amount of dollars that the banks are holding. Right now the banks are holding trillions of dollars, and they're holding those in reserve and gaining interest on that. When hyperinflation, or when inflation starts to kick in, those banks are going to lend that money in increasingly rates. Right now they're not. They're holding on to that money. But once they start lending that money, it's going to be, there's a multiplier effect, there's an acceleration effect, and easily things can get out of control, just how we've seen the current situation get out of control. You know, Ben Bernanke and all the Federal Reserve intellectuals thought they had this under control, and obviously they didn't. It'll be the same thing when inflation comes. Everybody thinks it will be totally under control, but it won't, because things affect other things, and you can either get in a downward spiral or you can get in an inflationary upward spiral. So in either case, the intellectuals at the Federal Reserve can't control Mother Nature, which is the free market. We're seeing deflation in real estate. I think we're going to see another 30 to 40% decrease in real estate prices, especially in terms of gold. I think we're going to see a pop in the stock market, a pop downward, and I think we're going to see wages remain stagnant. In fact, there was a story in the news where there were 10,000 applications for 300 jobs working for GE making appliance parts. These unions are, for $13 an hour jobs, these unions are negotiating their wages down. So what you're going to see across the board are wage decreases. So you're going to see deflation, sure, in stocks, real estate, wages, but you're going to see inflation in things like the grocery store, your food, gasoline eventually, oil, and the precious metals like gold and silver. So what does that mean for you and me? It basically means Americans are going to be squeezed to death. You know, when you lose your wealth in the stock market and real estate, but your wages go down and your cost of the grocery store go up, that means you're becoming more poor. So that recipe is a recipe for Americans and middle class entering into the realms of poverty. And that eventually is what I think is the end all be all, is the American middle class is too strong a force in the world. So what they are doing is dismantling it, and the largest transfer of wealth is happening right now before your very eyes. So this is George from inflation.us. We're going to come out with more of these answers to questions, and we're going to archive them. It's going to be a great product, great service at inflation.us. And please go to inflation.us, sign up for the free newsletter, and you'll get even more information. Take care.